Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Walk with Wachs podcast. I almost said that wrong. Walk with Wachs, man. I am here with my co-host and beautiful girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever you want to call her, Nicole Strang, baptized and beautiful blonde, back at it again. But guys, as you guys saw last week, we did miss episode 2. So episode 2 is dropping this week. We're going to do our best to continue dropping episodes every week. And as you guys can see with the camera filming, I don't have my videographer, Bryson, here at the moment. So we're going to try to take over by ourselves and still make things come out nice for you guys. But since you guys are here, we're going to talk to you guys into living a healthier and more sustainable lifestyle through fitness, kind of internal health, vitamin supplements, all that stuff, because I have Nicole here. She actually started off like as a good friend of mine. She was one of my clients, and like we worked together for a long time, and she adapted to kind of the fitness lifestyle just because we were always spending so much time together. We got together, but she has came a very long way throughout her fitness journey. She's lost about 70 pounds. She's put on back another 15 pounds of muscle. She's completely... You're crazy. She's transformed a lot throughout the past few years, but we want to talk about when she was at her lowest point when it came to fitness and kind of what made her get that mindset and kickstart her to the point we're at now. Because, I mean, her fitness journey from maybe to the point where she's truly hated herself to now was maybe like 3 or 4 years, probably 2 years of trying bullshit, and then 2 years of working with me and doing the correct stuff to really change your life and create the lifestyle that she's living now. So we're going to let her kind of get into things from the start and tell us when she was at her lowest and kind of bring us to the reality of now.
So I was always a super in shape high schooler, played sports, played volleyball, softball, golf.
You know, the hot chick in high school, nice ass. Everyone wanted her. That was her.
And so I was always in shape, ate fairly healthy, pretty good metabolism. Went off to college, let it all go, was not as nearly as active as I was in high school.
Why?
I didn't have a schedule. I didn't follow anything. It was just kind of a free-for-all.
Take notes. So if that's you right now, guys, so listen, guys, I'm going to keep asking her. She's telling us the story, but we're just going to keep asking why so that you guys could realize not to do that. So there was no scheduling.
No scheduling, nothing. I didn't care.
And that's what
all
started
I cared
leading.
about was having fun, drinking, partying, eating whatever I wanted, eating at 2 o'clock in the morning. Whatever the
McDonald's,
case was.
Yeah.
Taco Bell was.
Oh, God.
And so, I graduated college in 3 years. And in those 3 years, I gained 60 pounds. And got out of college a completely different person, mentally and physically. And I was miserable. I would look at myself and be so unhappy. My thighs rubbed together. I couldn't walk through the grocery store without being tired. And
didn't you have a boyfriend that put you in depression or something? Because, I mean, we want to cover all aspects. Because, I mean, you guys got to remember, when it comes to living a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, healthy, it means mentally, too. So that's the people around you. So we want to know everything, Nicole.
I was in a relationship in college. And
the whole time?
Not my senior year, but the rest of college I was. And by my senior year, I just still didn't care about myself.
So make sure, I want you to incorporate every factor of life. So I don't have to interrupt you. You can just tell them. Incorporate every factor mentally and physically, why it led you to the point of gaining weight, why you couldn't lose weight. Were those factors still in or out of your life? And lay it out.
I think the biggest factor of gaining weight was not only was I partying and eating unhealthy, but I was emotionally eating. Anytime me and my ex would fight, I'd turn to food. Anytime I was upset, I'd turn to food. Anytime I failed a test, I'd turn to food. Like that was my way of coping. And when I got out of college, I kind of took a step back and was like, I'm so unhappy. I'm so unhealthy. How did I go from being a high school super in sports, healthy to
superstar.
This? And so I kind of, took a step back and reevaluated my life and saw what was different.
What age were you? What year?
I was 21 when I graduated college.
So what year was that?
2017.
She's old as hell.
2017.
All right, she graduated college.
Graduated college in 2017.
Damn.
I realized I needed to do something with my life to get back to where I was when I was the happiest. And, not only weight-wise, but mentally wise. And so I picked up these fad diets that whatever everyone was doing at the time.
What was the first one you did?
The first one was paleo.
And describe that for the people that don't know what paleo is.
It was basically, I don't even know if I did it right, but I wasn't eating carbs. I was mostly eating meats. I worked out here and there, but didn't really know what to do in the gym.
I feel like paleo, keto, all these bullshit diets, it's all the same bullshit just mixed around with a different restriction, like,
or a different name.
Yeah, one's no sugar, one's like
I think paleo
no
is
starchy carbs or some I don't even understand the bullshit these people create nowadays that they do, but I mean it works for some people. I mean
it worked for a little bit. Like I would do it for a month and notice 5-pound difference. I'm like, oh, it's working. And then as soon as I ate sugar, I'd blow up again. And it's like, okay, well,
they're not sustainable.
They're not sustainable at all. And then the next one I tried was Arbonne. I saw Instagram ads and I ordered Arbonne products, like their daily greens. It was like, take this and you'll lose 30 pounds in a month. Or, drink this protein and you'll automatically be fit. And I fell into it. And
guys, let's pause. Like, if you believe this shit, you are fucked up in the head. I'm telling you right now. Like, I know a lot of you are probably embarrassed because you've shopped at Arbonne, or you're actually the girl that promoted Arbonne on Instagram, posting the Instagram poll that you accidentally click yes on, and then they message you, and you're like, fuck, I didn't mean to click yes. But, man, you guys gotta stop the bullshit, because get out of the pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it does work for some people who are actually dieting on it. I read it as take these products and you'll lose weight. But then I was eating pizza and I was eating whatever else, and I still...
And you guys, you got to realize that all this stuff is fine. Like Arbonne, I'm sure the products, they still have nutritional value. That is fine, but there's no such thing as
a quick fix.
I can take this and get shredded. Like I'm going to tell you a personal experience too before she gets going, but like for her level of what she said, I took this protein powder because I can still do my normal shitty lifestyle, but I'm going to lose weight if I ate this protein powder. That's like saying I was just stupid one time. I wanted to tighten up for vacation because I was eating like an asshole. I'm like, yeah, let's start taking 100 milligrams of Tren for 2 weeks because I'm going to tighten up. And I'm like, fuck, I'm an idiot. Like that was me just being so stupid at one point where I'm like, I wanted a quick fix just because I hated myself at that time. I feel I was in a lower spot, but I'm being real. I don't lie on the podcast because it's the Walk with Wachs, baby. So I'm telling you the story. But like that's an example of me for a stupidity moment when it comes to stuff like that. So if you've done that, don't feel bad about yourself. I mean, that's why we're here to help you save you those steps. But Nicole, the last thing you talked about was like keto or some shit that Arbonne. So that's his next step. But you started going to Fit Body Boot Camp, trying to talk about the workout experience that then led you to continue moving. Because that was the last thing you did before we ever linked up.
Right. So while I was doing Arbonne, I'm like, I need to go to the gym. I don't know what to do at the gym. I'd go to the gym and do, a bunch of different machines that were all different parts of the body. I had no purpose or focus at the gym. Just get in, get out, feel good.
And you've had personal trainers.
Right.
Lay them all out on us.
Okay. And so I found this thing in Illinois called Fit Body Boot Camp that I did with my mom every day. I'd get off the train from work and I'd go to Fit Body Boot Camp, and I really enjoyed it because it was stuff that I was able to do.
And it was forced activity in your day.
It was forced activity in the day. I worked 12 hours, went there, went home, repeated my day every day. And I kind of realized that what started to work for me was when I did one and then incorporated the other. Like I started with Fit Body Boot Camp and then I started incorporating healthy eating, and kind of took it from there.
A basic step.
Hit another wall because it's like I didn't know what I was eating. I didn't know how much to eat, all of that.
But at least you were eating healthy.
I was eating healthier, but it just wasn't what I needed.
It wasn't a plan laid out, basically what you're saying, which is everyone needs. I mean, everyone needs a plan. Like training programs, I mean, they're pretty standard, if you're following the compound movements, science, textbook based training, I mean, those will always work. If you're executing correctly. But when it comes to diet and nutrition, I mean, it's obviously completely different. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own issues. Blood work can be shit versus others. There's so many factors that go in. So that's why nutrition is very customized and very tailored to an exact human, because you can't give one person the same diet as another. Like when people do these online, like when people sell cookie cutter diets, like that's why I would never include like a meal plan thing or program on my website, because I mean, guys, that's all bullshit. Like you need personal coaching, like personal one-on-one help based on your body. And I mean, this shit changes by the month. Like you got to realize what you do now for a month. If you lose 10 pounds, I mean, your numbers need to change. Like you can't continue to do the same thing. It's not going to work. So it's a never ending personal experience that you need to make sure you understand and learn, so you can continue making drastic change, because it's not just a one click thing, you know?
Right. So all of that kind of led me to Joe, and you know, I saw his lifestyle. I saw what he was doing. I kind of got to a point where I didn't like looking at myself in the mirror. I was so miserable. I cried all the time about how I looked. And, you know, I understand that I'm more than how I look. But if you don't see yourself...
Guys, you can be... It's all... I'm cutting you off, but it's like... You guys have to feel good in your own skin. I'm telling you right now, like, say, for example, say you're overweight. Very overweight, and if you're happy with yourself, good. As long as you're happy, that's fine. And as long as you're healthy, I mean, like, there can be people overweight that are internally healthy, and that's totally cool. But I'm saying it all comes down to you. So I mean, you can't choose happiness for another person. If they want to have a shredded six-pack to be happy, then they can have a shredded six-pack to be happy. Everyone's thought process is going to be different. Everyone's mind's going to be different. But for you, the goal for you, you wanted to lose weight because you hated looking like this.
And you know, one thing I will never forget that kind of pushed me.
Tell him about your dad.
And I thank him now, but
Someone's got to do it.
I didn't understand. But it was I was probably 22, middle of the night. I may have smoked a little something and had the munchies.
Guys, she's talking about weed, so I don't think she was doing crack cocaine.
And well, I said munchies. And middle of the night, probably 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm rustling in the pantry, opening a bag of chips, still lived with my parents. My dad came running down the stairs, and he had made comments about my weight in a positive way, not necessarily how I looked. He just wanted me to be healthy, and he saw the direction my life was going. And
you have to realize, you should be, if anyone's like this in your life, I mean, you're not ridiculing anyone, but be thankful that people care about you. Because I mean, if you're gaining weight, sometimes you may not notice. I mean, you know, like you go down in depression. I mean, people see, like, people don't. If you gain 20 pounds, people notice.
There's a way to do it. Though.
I know.
There's a way to do it,
and that's what he was doing positively.
I thank him now, but at the time, anyways, he came down and he goes, "Get in the basement now," and I'm like, "Oh God, what did I do?" And so he pulled me in the basement, and he started, you know, having a stern talk with me. He's like, "You're on the road to obesity. If you keep heading in the direction you're going to be obese. You're going to be so unhealthy." He goes, "I do not care how you look physically. You'll always be a beautiful person, but internally is what matters." And so I bawled. I was like, how dare he call me fat? That's all I took from that conversation. How dare he call me fat? So, you know, as time went on, I kind of took a deep dive. I looked back at my life. I realized I had the poor me mentality. I felt bad for myself. I didn't want to do anything about it, but it starts within yourself. I had to want it. I had to get up and do it. I had to push myself to do it. I knew I had a goal that I was not going to not achieve.
And you got to realize that comes with anything in life, guys.
Anything.
So if there's something you want, you're going to need that deep burning fire inside. Because, I mean, I work with a lot of people that, I mean, they can feel bad for themselves at times. And that's why I'm the person there to wake them up, make them realize, I mean, this shit's never going to get done unless they do it. And I don't, like, people will fail. Like, I'll have clients fail. They'll, like, some, I mean, that's why I'm there with you. I mean, you'll fail week by week.
I failed.
Yeah.
I've still failed.
And I only could do, I mean, us coach, I mean, we can only do so much. We're there to make sure you do it, but it's going to take that realization deep down inside you to say, fuck this. I am done looking like this. I want to change my life, and I need to change. It all starts with you. And I mean, guys, we can give you the blueprint, but we can't do the work for you.
Yeah, I mean, so all of that kind of led me to Joe. He was living out here. We were friends. He started going to the gym and invited me to the gym, and I took small steps. I started going to the gym with him, learning different exercises, learning about your body, learning different muscle groups, very basic.
And I think that's a great thing just to kind of do. I mean, I always, because I like going to the gym with people, and that's, you got to realize, I mean, if Nicole was like, whether or not, like, if she's not in the greatest shape, or it doesn't even matter what shape they're in, I would still, anyone can get better. You got to realize, even if you're 120 pounds, like, whatever you look like, skin is a bone, I don't know, but I mean, no matter what, bring someone. It's fun. So you got to realize, when you get into stuff like this, if you have someone there to hold you accountable and have fun with, I mean, it's going to make the experience much better. And if you guys can, I mean, go through the shit together, I mean, those hard times, and I really think working out builds a good bond. And I think it separates, it's more than just the gym, it's more like a therapy session. A lot of people use it. So I just
that's our fun now.
Yeah, I invite people because, I mean, one, I mean, we have fun, and two, I think it can better anyone's life. I didn't invite Nicole because, like, I thought she was overreacting. I invited her because it's like, let's get better. It's like, why wouldn't you want to get better? If someone gives you an invite to go to the gym, go to the fucking gym. Why wouldn't you want to get better? You only get one body to live in.
And, you know, one thing that I would say is I get why people don't go to the gym. It's intimidating. I was intimidated. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want people to stare. And I've gotten to a point now where I know what I'm doing and stuff, and I see people who are new in the gym, and I'm like, good for you. I am so glad you're here. That's my thought process, and I'm sure a lot of the other people who have kind of taken the gym as a lifestyle look at the people and think positive things. They don't think what you personally think they're thinking.
Yeah, I love to see people in the gym. I mean, say, for example, if I saw someone in the gym 500 pounds, I'd be happy because, I mean, like, this person's bettering their life. It's like, that's fucking awesome. You want to see that. If you're someone that makes fun of people or puts people down because they're overly fit or they work out so much, I mean, you're fucked up in the head.
Or other way around.
Or other way around. I mean, either way, it's just like, let people do the thing. And honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, most people in the gym, like, you maybe think they're looking at you, but I mean, they're honestly so zoned in. They're not looking at shit.
They're not.
I'll be staring at people and I don't even know I'm staring. I don't know, right?
Yeah. So anyways, I started going to the gym, and as, like, I kind of put that into my daily schedule, Joe's like, hey, like, if you're interested in a meal plan, or,
you said you want to do a meal plan.
Did I say it, or did you offer it? I can't.
No, I mean, either way, I mean, you guys.
You never pushed it on me.
It's about who you surround yourself with, and I mean, I ate healthy all the time, so of course, like, it's not. I mean, personally for you, I mean, for example, if everyone is eating healthy, I mean, you don't want to be the one eating like a complete fucking asshole in front of everyone. But yeah, until you were like, maybe I should try to eat the healthy thing,
so
It won't be too bad, Sparky.
So he asked me a list of foods that I was okay with eating, that of course were healthy.
Yeah, it was your chicken, your broccoli.
I still remember.
You had your cauliflower.
No, I did
your
not at
oatmeal,
first.
Oatmeal protein powder.
You want me to read it?
I remember it. I know. I'm your coach, man. I'm supposed to remember all that shit.
I had oatmeal and protein powder for breakfast with, I think...
With a side of gagging on it.
2 English muffins. And then for lunch, I had chicken and rice and broccoli. And then I had that meal again. And then I had ground turkey, avocado, and maybe rice.
And guys, explain.
But every day. And
consistent.
I was consistent. And the first month, I noticed a huge difference in my body. 10 pounds, I think I lost the first month.
Yeah, and you guys got to realize, the quick change, if you're coming from a spot where you're like, really never followed anything, it's gonna happen quicker. You're gonna get those quick results right off the bat because your body's truly in shock and it's never adapted to something like this. So it's gonna keep working for a long time and not stop. So like, if you guys, it's the same thing with a workout program. It's always gonna work as long as you're applying the effort to continue to get better. And the same thing goes to diet. But like I said, it's more customizable. You're gonna have to change things at time. But when you first start, it's a huge drastic change to your body internally, and that's why you get such a big adaptation.
Right. So I was doing that, noticed a huge change in my body. And when I noticed that first change, I was addicted. I was sold. I was like, oh my God, what will I look like in a year from now? I mean, this is 1 month and I'm so addicted to this. And so I really had started bettering my life in all aspects. You know, I started eating healthier. I gained more energy. I was performing better at my job.
Because everything, sorry to cut you off, but what you did, what I'm trying to explain to them, because why you were doing better at your job, because when you diet and you train, that requires discipline. When you stay consistent with things, and realize that you're only going to continue getting better when you're consistent, you're going to want to do it more. You realize
you bring it into other aspects of your life,
Yes.
not just the gym and eating.
That's why every successful millionaire eats healthy. There's no one, I'm telling you right now, if the top 10 richest people in the world are not overweight. I'm telling you, because why? If you have discipline to follow a diet, if you get the basics out of life, like guys, people think like this is fitness. No, this is life. It's food. Like it's still normal, but just some people choose to eat burgers and fries, and some people choose to eat top sirloin chicken and just healthier, more whole foods. Like guys, you got to remember, it's not anything crazy. It's just food.
And so I did a meal plan. I didn't have to, but I was so into my rhythm, and I felt really good, and I did it for 9 months and lost 70 pounds, and I did it in a healthy way. I didn't skip meals. I was eating probably 2,200 calories a day, and I was so full, and at first I'm like, how am I going to lose weight? I'm so full all the time. And every day I jumped on the scale, it was like a pound less.
Yeah, which is good, but guys, that just goes to show like what you put in is what you get out. And that's why I think the main foundation of everyone's lifestyle should be fitness, because I mean fitness will teach you everything you ever need to know in life. I preach this to everyone. That's why lifting, I think Nicole and I built such a great bond, because one, I'm in my element, that's my sanctuary, and that's where she spent the most time with me, in that element where one, we push each other
2
to get
hours a day.
I don't train that
Not
long
anymore.
anyways. We push each other to be better. One, I want her to get better. Same thing, pushing back forth, blah, blah, blah. But it's building the bond, spending time together, and working towards something together. And when you guys see that, those same concepts, you apply it to your job, you apply it to daily life. If you go to your job, you work harder, you're probably going to get better results. If you consistently follow a diet, you consistently work hard at your job, you're going to probably get a better result. You may get a raise. All the same things apply. So if you can do this, I'm telling you, you can accomplish anything in life. And that's why the people that can't fucking get that breakthrough when it comes to dieting and training, they're probably not as good at their job as they could be if they mentally had a challenge that really dug out the fire inside them to accomplish big shit that they want to in life. Because even if you think you're good at something, you're still average, because you can get way better. I'm telling you right now.
The only thing in between right now and your goal is yourself. And so, I hit my 70 pounds. I got to a point where I understood food. This was bad, but I would be at work and I'd be walking down the aisle and I'd see somebody eating something, and I'm calculating the food in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so fattening. This is so many carbs. Why are you wasting your food on that? But I understood food, which made it also a lot easier.
And that's the good thing, guys, because when you do it, you truly learn about it. Like, I'm telling you, if I had 200 calories of shit food versus whole food, you're going to be eating so much more whole food. You're going to be more fuller, just so much more benefit. And you guys, when you realize and you start to know about food nutrition, like you learn about the food, the macros in it, the protein, carbs, fats, and then you look at other stuff, you're almost as like, and once you've truly done the work to get the body you want, you're going to realize when you look at that food and realize how much content it has in it, you're like, that's not even fucking worth it to eat. I'm not even gonna, because you're gonna have to take all that time to, burn it off or just get back to that same spot. So if
or not have a lot of food left for the rest of the day.
And you guys gotta realize, if you're someone that does that, you're just continuously setting yourself back and back. You have to redo that thing. So you're never progressing. So if you continuously fall off and have your cheat meal, then you get back on track, you fall off, continuously have your cheat meal. If you never stay consistent, you're never going to have consistent results, and you're probably never going to reach the goal that you truly wanted to, because you can't dig down deep enough mentally. And that's why everything when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, looking good every day, sticking to your diet, guys, it's all the same mentality. It's just doing what it fucking takes. Do what it takes. It's going to be hard. Like I'm telling you guys, it's easier said than done, but it's emotional. It's very hard. I'm sure you've had many nights where you cried, or where I think you told me you used to hide from me and eat a protein bar or something. But I'm telling you guys, it's an emotional battle, and you're going to keep going through that battle where you cheat and cheat and cheat until you get so sick of doing that. And then you're going to wake up and say, I can do this shit. Because guys, it's only food. If you're hungry at night, go to fucking sleep.
Hey, man.
Go lay in your bed and get out the pantry. Because I used to, like, whenever I used to be hungry, like, when I used to be, like, so into food, like, I mean, like I said, it takes time, easier said than done, but I would be in the pantry just looking at it, looking, what else could I eat? What else could I eat? But I still didn't grab anything. I'm just stoned. What else can I eat? Go to sleep, dude. Go to sleep.
So kind of how I got to where I am now, that was, you know, a year.
Threw you through the meal plan phase
and then
to build the mentality, though.
Right.
You got to remember, you got to go through the boot camp first, the hard shit.
You don't have to do it for 9 months. Yeah. I chose to.
No, 4 weeks and you're good if you got the right coach like me.
Yes. So then about probably the beginning of COVID, I started to gain weight then, purposefully. You know, I got to a point where I was too skinny. I wanted to put on muscle. And so you kind of go through a roller coaster. So then I started gaining weight.
The bulking phase. Because you get tiny and then you guys want to add some lean muscle mass and you can't do that without being in a surplus. So then you go into another mental battle. I'm gaining weight again after I lose weight.
But you have to be mentally strong enough to cut it at a certain point.
How do I get comfortable gaining weight after I lose weight? It's like I said, guys, it's a never-ending mind fuck.
But I look at myself now. I started to cut now. And after gaining about 20 pounds back.
And she's lost 15.
I've lost about 15 in 12 weeks?
Yeah, just super slow, guys.
Super slow, but now the 135 I'm at right now is not the same 135 I was at before.
Because why? She has way more muscle. She's got way more muscle mass, way more development. And the more muscle mass you have, it spreads out fat. So therefore, you look leaner at a higher body weight, and you're going to look way better at that same body weight than you did the year before if you did things correctly. So now basically how she lives a healthy lifestyle, one, I've taught her how to track macros. Like next episode, we'll get into more of this stuff and explaining it. But now she tracks macros.
I cheat once a week and I'm still losing weight.
Yeah.
Because I understand food. I could still have fun. I could still
live your life, guys.
Live my life.
But it all comes down to
healthy.
Yes, it all comes down to having balance. So I mean, she has a cheat meal every week, to get back on your shit. But if you stay consistently fucking up, I mean, you're gonna fuck up your progress. I'm swearing a lot this episode, but I'm kind of into it because I think people needed it to really wake up. Because this is an episode where you need to wake up and take control of your life. Because if you don't, no one's gonna, and you're gonna end up ruining your life.
My last piece of advice I have is stop feeling bad for yourself. I fell into that, and I'm glad I woke up, and I needed to stop. Something needed to change. I was in charge of my future, and the only way it was going to change is if I got up and did something about it.
Yeah, so a lot of people think their situation is different than others, which it may be, but I think it's still a bullshit excuse, because it all comes down to, it's just food, so...
Food is fuel, not for fun.
And guys, really think about it. If you're going to try to use an excuse because you didn't prepare your food or something was happening, I'm not an asshole coach, but I'm just saying you can drink your calories. There's lots of ways to make sure you get food in. So if you're someone that goes without eating for days or something, that's kind of fucked up, and you can drink your calories. So I don't think there's any excuse to really do something like that to yourself. So that's why you just got to take the time to learn, kind of get into things. But truly, you guys want to have balance to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle. You got any more key points, Killer?
I don't think so. Sign up for Joe's coaching. You will not regret it.
But no, guys, thanks for watching episode 2. Next week, this is kind of like a client testimonial of Nicole, kind of throughout her journey to kind of just help people relate to fitness stuff. But next week, I want to get into a more scientific breakdown of coaching, how to track your macros, how to get to the next step, kind of how my coaching works. I don't want to make it sound like an ad, but I'm just telling you the process of what I put my clients through. So even if you did this on your own, you can still put yourself through a coaching phase to understand step by step on how you can slowly work to achieving that ultimate end goal if you weren't going to pay for someone to do it, but just understand how to get yourself there for free, guys. I want you all to get better. I want you all to be healthy. And the thing is that really is going to click in your head. You got to realize you only get one body. You only get one life. We're not here for that long, so you want to make sure you're able to do the most with it. You want to make sure you feel good doing it, because there's lots of stuff in this world to explore, and you don't want to feel like shit walking upstairs, or breathing heavy.
Or walking in the grocery store.
Yeah, like Nicole. Fuck. So make sure you're healthy. Make sure you feel good. We love you all. Thanks for watching episode 2, and we are out. Peace. Are you going to say bye?